Hey there. Let's talk about something you see like all the time online. Digital ads. It might seem complicated, but trust me, by the end of this, you're going to get it completely.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Have you ever been scrolling, maybe looking up, new running shoes or a book you want to read, and then, just a little while later, an ad for that exact thing pops up? It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, if that's happened to you, you are definitely not alone. It happens to pretty much everyone, and there's a name for it: digital advertising.
All right, so what is digital advertising really? To get it, let's first look at how it's totally different from, the old school ads we used to see.
When you boil it all down, it's actually pretty simple. It's really just using the internet to show ads and messages to people right on their computers or their phones.
And here's where it gets really cool. Think about old ads, right? The ones on TV or in a magazine. They're like a giant megaphone, just shouting one message to everyone. But digital ads, they're totally different. They're more like a whisper, a special message meant just for you.
Okay, so if these ads are whispering to us, where do they even show up? Let's take a look at the usual suspects online.
You've definitely seen them. They're pretty much everywhere you go online, so you'll see them on search engines like Google for sure. You'll see them scrolling through social media, think Instagram or Facebook, and of course, they're all over different websites and tucked inside the apps you use every day on your phone.
So that leads to the biggest question of all, right? How in the world do these ads know what to whisper to you? How do they find you? Well, the simple answer is that the internet kind of listens to what you're interested in.
Okay, here's a super simple story that explains it all. Let's walk through it. First, you're online and you search for, say, blue sneakers. Then, step 2, the websites you're on, they kind of make a note of your interest in blue sneakers. And then step 3, later on, maybe you're on a totally different site or scrolling social media, and what do you see? You guessed it, ads for blue sneakers.
A good way to think about it is like this. Imagine you're in a store, and a really helpful shopkeeper notices you're looking at something. They might come over and say, "Hey, I see you like that. Well, let me show you a few other things I think you'll love." It's basically the same idea.
All right, so ads for stuff you like. Big deal, right? But why does this actually matter to you? Well, it's about way more than just shopping. Let's jump into why this is so important to understand.
Honestly, getting this stuff is kind of like unlocking a superpower. Seriously, it helps you find information way faster. You start to understand how the internet really works behind the scenes. And you know what? That's a huge skill for all kinds of jobs in the future.
And I'm not just saying that. For real, understanding how this all works is an awesome skill to have for whatever you end up doing.
So let's zoom out for a second. When you look at the big picture, digital advertising is really all about connecting people with ideas. It's just a way to link us up with things we might actually find interesting or useful.
Which brings us to one last thought I want to leave you with. Now that you get the basics, what if you could use a digital ad to solve a problem? What idea would you want to get out there and share with just the right people? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.